What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday with Turbo. And it's actually Tuesday. I know, blows your mind. But we are back at it again. I want to take a quick second and wish everyone a happy NFL draft or NFL trade deadline day, college football selection show day, and happy election day. All jokes aside, please get out and vote. This is not a political statement, just a statement saying exercise your right to vote. Do so however you want to, wherever you can. So everyone get out and vote. But yeah, this is yet another series that I'd like to start, and it's going to be about professions and what type of insurance that this type of profession would need. So we've got the trivia segment, we've got this segment. So this is going to kind of help me continue to get ideas to bring you guys and gals all the best content that I can. And that being said, if you do not know me, my name is Ryan Turbo Jackson, and I am your insurance resource. And in videos, I do videos on insurance education as well as breaking down coverages, because let's be honest, insurance is its own language, so let me help you. And today we're going to be talking about, in our first edition of the professional series, I guess I need to come up with a cool name for it, but we're going to be talking about content creators. And yes, you might be thinking, well, Ryan, this is who on earth is actually a content creator? Well, there are quite a few, and doing videos like this, I myself am a content creator, not a full-time one. I don't make money doing it, but it's becoming more and more commonplace, where if you went into the high school today, the vast majority of kids would say they probably want to be some sort of content creator, whether they do educational videos, they want to work at a social media company, go to school to be a social media coordinator or person, or just do like video game content or anything like that, whether it's a hobby, whether they get paid for it. It is becoming more and more commonplace. And the article that I'm going to be referencing today, I did put in the comments. So if you do want to take a quick read, please go ahead and do so. This is written by a gentleman named Tyler Crawford. So Tyler, shout out to you. But he wrote this in 2022. And at that time, there were 3 billion social media users worldwide. And the influencer market was projected to be roughly $14 billion that year. So this video is not only for people wanting to be a content creator, or that are a content creator, or let's say you're a business that is wanting to use a content creator to either make your content, help build your brand, or do advertising with said content creator. These are all things that you want to make sure that the creator you're working with has all of these. So let's get into it. And so what insurance does a content creator need? Now let's first start out with what exactly is a content creator. Well, content creator is someone who makes content, whether it's video, blogs, vlogs. Let's see here. If you host a podcast, anytime that you're putting anything out, whether it's written, video, verbal, on the internet, you are a content creator. I myself have had a sports talk podcast for well over 5 years now. So this is something that's kind of near and dear to me. And I was like, all right, well, if I have these questions, I guarantee someone else does. So I had a feeling that this would be beneficial for not only me, but for you guys and gals. So whether you're a YouTuber, if you're a public official, a politician, media, sports, and news personality, even if you're a photographer, some of your photos can be used in content creation. So this goes above and beyond just, the video game content person in their basement. So kind of keep that in mind. So that's what a content creator does. Okay. And what type of insurance does it, or why would you need insurance if you're a content creator? Well, quite simply, it mitigates risk, protects your business from being sued, and helps maintain your reputation, as well as ensuring your computers, your cameras, all of your all of your stuff to make the content. So what kind of what kind of let me see here. Here we go. What type of insurance are you going to need? Well, first and foremost, liability. Liability. We've talked about it at great lengths on whether it's professional liability, personal liability, but liability would help you against lawsuits. Like I always say, if you hear liability, think lawsuit. And when you're putting out spoken word, written word, there's always the chance for libel and slander. It would also help protect against defamation of character, unauthorized use of intellectual property, plagiarism, and even invasion of privacy. It covers the influencer who is promoting a brand's services or products that does not have a direct contact with the brand. As the value of social media influencers grows, so does the reputation and financial risk. So you might be saying, well, Ryan, I only have 100 followers on subscribers on YouTube. Well, that can hit the hardest because you're not making a whole lot of income off said content. So it would hit you harder than someone that's making millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars off their content. So even the smallest content creator needs these in place. Liability insurance for social media influencers is typically a combination of two policies: professional liability, or E&O, and commercial general liability. They also include cyber liability, business income, business property, and workers' comp if you do have any employees. So let's kind of break down these coverages. Some of the common liability risks: copyright infringement, the use of someone's intellectual property and or work in your content without the right to do so. For example, copying any images or user-generated content without the creator's permission can be classified as infringement, even if you link back to their website or original social media content. So that can play a huge factor. If you're using content, whether it's music, whether it's any photos or anything from a source that you're not allowed to, that can be copyright infringement. So this liability policy could help with that. Financial fraud: the art of making a claim about a product or service that is not true, and someone cites your social media activity as the reason they use that product or service. For example, a clickbait scam can lure a user with a call to action that potentially installs a virus on that person's device. Something that happens more than we would really like to happen. Invasion of privacy: the use of photos or videos where someone can object to their likeness being in the published social media content. For example, phishing or publishing user-generated content as art for an exhibit without the content or without the consent of the user. We've already talked about libel and or slander. Another thing it could cover is non-performance of a contract. If you fail to complete the contracted number of posts or content creation, even if a situation outside of your control is the cause, you could still be sued. If you fail to uphold the contract where you are required to act or not act in a certain way that affects the business's brand's reputation. For example, an influencer is required by their contract to do 3 social media posts for the campaign and only post 1 within the contractual timeline. And lastly here, property damage. I mean, this includes both property you may accidentally damage and damage that can happen to your personal property, such as cameras, phones, computers, etc. That's pretty much a slam dunk if you think about it. You're investing a lot into your content creation. You might as well make sure it's covered for any theft or vandalism, or even if it were stolen from your car. Top 5 insurance policies that every social media influencer should consider. Professional liability, we've talked about that one. Liability and data breach. If you use a computer or phone at any point in your business, you're exposed to cyber attacks. The best example of a cyber attack typically happens within an email or text. I mean, we've all seen them. And if you work in any big corporation or any corporation of any size, you get emails about this all the time. If it's kind of a suspect email, do not open it because it can spread to the whole network. So something to consider there. Commercial general liability. Do you ever meet with people, perhaps with vendors, partner, people who participate in videos? If a third party slips and falls during the business hours, a social media influencer can be on the hook for the injuries. A commercial general liability policy protects the business if it's sued, which again, lawsuit liability. We've talked about that. Business property, we've kind of already touched on that as well. And lastly is workers' compensation. If you do have employees, if you do have editors that work in-house, if you do have, let's see here. As soon as you tell another human being what to do is the moment you are liable if they are injured. So kind of keep that in mind. That's a common misconception when business owners when it's deciding when to purchase workers' compensation insurance. Many states don't require it if you have a W-2 employees or less than 3 workers. So it's definitely a state-to-state thing, but I have a feeling it's something that that a lot of people really don't consider when they get into this type of thing, because when you get started, you're solo. It's just you, your camera, or you and your your laptop, writing vlogs, writing blogs, doing vlogs, whatever your heart desires. And you really don't think about, once it does become more of a business, you yourself, the creator, are gonna, all right, well, let's take my editing game to the next level. So you hire an editor that has, better editing skills than you. And gradually that becomes more and more and more. So yes, it is something that you want to keep in mind. And like I said, it does go from state to state. So all in all, I mean, this is something that even though it is a very relatively new profession, it is something that, it's not, none of these coverages are outlandish. None of them are new. They're all just pretty much existing coverages adapting to a new profession. So it's something that any agent should be able to help you out with and get you a quote. But if you are looking for if you want to contact me with any questions, here's you can comment on these videos. You can shoot me a Facebook message directly. You can call the office or shoot me an email. I will do my best to answer any and all questions for you guys and gals. And let's be honest, like I said, this is something that is, whether we like it or not, is becoming more and more, it's definitely more commonplace. And it's something that I would much rather have the conversation now while it's still kind of fresh, even though it's been around for a while. But here in Marcellus, Michigan, there aren't too many content creators that I know. I do know some, but I guarantee there's some, even though I don't know them, they're out there. So keep this in mind, whether you're making money off your content yet or not. At least have a plan, at least kind of know what you're getting into. And if you are not a content creator, please go ahead and share this video, because I guarantee there's someone on your timeline that will be able to benefit from this. But yeah, that's our first installment of our What Your Profession Needs Insurance-Wise series. Again, gonna have to do some work on the name, but everyone get out, have a great day, go vote. I hope your NFL team gets the trade piece that they need, and I hope that your college football team gets the playoff position in the first selection show today. So everyone have a great day, and I will see you next week.